Shift Pennsylvania because I was a Power Shift in DC in February and March, and it was really unbelievable, and it got me just so pumped up about everything that I started to come at my school, and then I came back with like Power Shift Pennsylvania with a group of students from my school, so I figured I'd give them the same experience that I got at Power Shift.
If there's one thing that you want to teach all the viewers of this film, what would you say?
Organize, because it's worth it. It's worth all the effort you put into it, because you get it back 10 times over when you get a goal accomplished even half as much as you wanted to. You feel self-worth, and it's a great feeling.
38% communities in Appalachia in Pennsylvania have no running water and electricity. So when I have to go reach these people, I'm reaching them on Tuesday afternoon at the quilting session in the basement of the Lutheran Church. And while we're putting together patchwork, we're talking about proactive environmentalism in the community.
I'm here because I feel like it's really important to have discussions about things like this, like environmental issues. My personal interest, like academically, is I really want to, I think that there's a movement called I call it the fake green movement. And that,
what is that?
The fake green movement.
Oh, okay.
And that's like, you say something's organic, like organic cotton, and then like, you say something's like eco-friendly, and you sell all these products are being sold and made right now, but they're really not doing anything because we're still buying a lot of stuff, and like we're replacing like one bad thing with another bad thing doesn't equal good. And I think that what I want to do professionally in the future is kind of like go between and try to figure out like what is good and what isn't good. So like, like replacing fossil fuels with cleaner fuels, but not clean fuels isn't good. And it's really, really easy for example, like green stuff's trendy, and I gave this example this morning to somebody, is that H&M sells organic cotton. Where's the regulation for like that being organic? Are the workers treated fairly? It's still made in a sweatshop. Like these are in other countries, so the cotton that's grown isn't necessarily by anything that is anything close to American organic standards. So it's still not good, and like now that that's being sold, it's BS. And I think that that's crap, and I don't want to deal with that.
Okay.
If you can't find the answer, at least start looking for it. Be critical of what you buy and what you're consuming, and I think that that'll lead towards better. Not good, but better.
Bioremediate, recycle, recapture, reuse, and renew.
You're facing a decision to buy something or to do something. Is there a simpler option? Try that. Is there a nobler option? Can you get what you need from somebody nearby you? Can somebody make it for you that you know, that you love, that you care about? And will that thing that I'm doing build community in the area where I live? Or perhaps in the area where I'm getting it from? Or will it degrade community in the way that I get that product, or need that product, or manufacture that product? Which one will it do? You have an option every time you make a decision. You can use one of these two things. And I have a video.
My name is Mark Dixon, and I'm a co-founder of Yurt, which is Your Environmental Road Trip, and we try to make environmentalism fun without taking too light of an approach to the issues that really are affecting us every day all around the country in the environment. I got involved with Power Shift after hearing about it a couple years ago. The young people in the country really are the ones who are going to be able to communicate the ideas that the older people in America need to hear if they want to have powerful solutions really implemented in the speed we need them implemented in. And so myself and Ben Evans, the other co-founder of Yurt, went down to Power Shift and just absorbed everything that we could, learned about everything that we could, and tried to take some of the movement to Pennsylvania as well, where we live, or where I live. Ben lives in Kentucky. If I could give one piece of advice for students who were either in an activist frame of mind or were thinking about being an activist, I would say it's it's important to make sure that you're living a productive, joyful life. You're never going to be able to sway people's opinions if you're miserable and upset and pissed off every day. Nobody's going to want to come to your side because you're miserable, pissed off, and upset. Why would anybody want to go there if they could avoid it? So there is an opportunity in the environmental movement to live well, to live joyfully and productively and happily. But it takes a little bit more effort, I think. And so I encourage you to work to make your life wonderful and draw people towards that vision instead of working to kick people out of a place that you think they ought to not be.
The challenges that we're facing now have something to do with the fact that we now have about 6.2 or 6.3 billion people, and we're due to go almost inevitably to about 9 billion. That makes the challenges of what is going to happen to our environment really different from those faced by any generational cohort before. After all, the amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases that we put into the atmosphere is deeply dependent on how many of us there are. So, dealing with these problems has to constitute a problem for the present cohort of young people that's greater than any cohort of young people has ever faced before in the history of the world. And it's an order of magnitude more serious than anything that's gone before.
An order of magnitude than anything that's gone before.